Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Glad to have you with us. Good evening tonight to one and all. Let us know where you are popping in from, or at least say hello and good evening. Good evening to you, Miss Audrey. Thanks for joining us tonight. We appreciate it. I'm going to put hello in the chat just so for those of you who are coming in a little later, we can all say hello together. Well, welcome, welcome. Glad to have you with us. Happy New Year to each and every one of you. Glad you all are hanging with us tonight. This is our first Thursday of the new year, and so we're pretty excited about that. Good evening to you. Glad you are with us. Thanks for chiming in. I know that you guys are busy and could be doing 1,000 other things, but I appreciate you being here. For those of you who are watching and you are not subscribed to this channel, go ahead and subscribe. We'd certainly appreciate it, and just want to give you the heads up that every Thursday between 8 and 9, we will have, I'm trying to make this do something different, but it's not. We will have Bible studies and I'm saying Bible study, but we'll do that every Thursday from 8 to 9. This is not doing what I want it to do. Okay, nevertheless. Anyway, thank you guys for being here this Thursday. Next Thursday, I have a treat for you. We are going to talk about the fruit of fasting. We are going to have Dr. Brenda Scott is going to be on. She wrote a book about the first fruit fasting, 21 days of giving, since we will be entering our fast on Monday. So those of you who don't have anybody to I'm saying to fast with, if you're not connected to a church or a ministry, then you can, then you can join us in the fasting, and we would certainly appreciate you being around and hanging with us. I also wanted to say thank you so much to our sponsors, and I'm trying to get this to go to the side, but for some reason, oh, maybe that's it. I don't know. Okay. What is happening here, y'all? I don't even know. Okay, let me move this to the side. It's not allowing me to move it. Okay. I'll have to cancel that, and I will try it again later. Discard changes. Okay. We'll play with that later. But anyway, thank you to all of you who have sponsored us throughout the year 2023. We got some exciting things happening in 2024. And speaking of which, let me pull this up. I want to put this on a regular background. Sorry, y'all got to go through all these little technical things. I'm going to take me out just so us. And if you can, would definitely love for you to be a part of what we are doing and what is happening. So I want to say that's it. I thanked our sponsors from last year, but let me put them up even this year. Our sponsors, of course, today is your day. Faithful sponsor. We thank him for sponsoring us. Young People Nation podcast. They're on Thursdays at noon. Make sure you go to their YouTube page, subscribe and listen. Also, Katrina Scott, Realtor. She can help you with any of your real estate needs, and especially if you're dealing with foreclosures. She is an expert in the field. And then a word and a song that is happening. And I meant to look this up, Montre. I think it's on the last. Put it in the chat so I can tell everybody correctly. I know I'm excited as well. Put when you come on so I can tell everybody when you're on, Montre, a word and a song. Type fast. But I want you guys to support our sister, Montre, third Sundays. I want to say at 7 p.m. on her Facebook page, Montre Roberts, a word and a song. So make sure you go and you support her because she is a definite supporter of what we are doing here. And we appreciate it so, so much. All right, I think that is it. I think that's it. Yeah, I want to tell y'all about the 75 challenge. I'll do that later at the end. And also, let me say this too, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. If you guys have not, please go ahead and purchase your book, The Garden Within by Dr. Anita Phillips. It is a book. She is a trauma therapist, but she's also a minister of the gospel. And she wrote a book about the garden of our hearts. And she really is focused on emotions and how emotions are our friends and they are not our enemies, and how your heart is supposed to be a garden and not a war zone. And so in the month of February, we are going to be reading and gleaning and getting some gems out of this book. So order your book now or go to your nearest bookstore and get it. The Garden Within, Dr. Anita Phillips, because for the whole month of February, this is where our teachings will come from. So we want you guys to be a part of that. And I think that is it. Yeah. Be sure to join A Word and a Song, third Sundays at 7 p.m. Montre Roberts on her Facebook page. Be sure to do that. Okay, guys. Well, today I wanted to talk to you. I'd heard a teaching about fasting. We are going to start fasting on Monday. And we've been praying all this week. We're going to continue to pray for the rest of the month. But our fast will start. You're so welcome. Our fast will start on Monday. And so the criteria is you ask the Holy Spirit or ask Holy Spirit what you need to fast. And this is part of my thought. I'm going to fast, but I want what I fast to be a lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? I want it to turn into that. I don't want it to be something that I'm doing from the 8th of January to the 31st of January, and then it's over with, and I go back to eating sloppily. But I want what I'm doing to just to be a lifestyle and something that I strive for. The other thing that somebody mentioned that I hadn't thought about this, but this would be great and it would help you save money as well, is maybe you want to also fast going to fast food places. Maybe you want to not eat out as much and then, cook your meals at home. Then you'd have to plan your meals and do meal prep and all that stuff, So it's just a thought. Just wanted to throw that out there. So what I'm going to talk about today is a teaching that I heard Miles Monroe do, the late Miles Monroe, such an excellent teacher. And I want to ask you guys some questions. So I want you to put it in the chat. Today, we are going to talk about what fasting actually does to the physical body and the physical benefits of fasting. So I want you to tell me how many of you have ever fasted before. Just give me a yes or no. If you have fasted, I'm going to put yes because I have. But tell me if you fasted before, if it's something that you've heard about, if it's something that you're curious about, something that you know about. And if you have fasted before, I want you to tell me how long you've gone in fasting. How long have you ever fasted before? And if you guys, let me see. Oh, I did. Okay. Wanted to make sure I sent the link to someone. Yes. And yes, you have fasted. Yes. If you have fasted, go ahead and put that in there. Say, yes, I have fasted. No, I have not. And then also tell me how long you've actually fasted, or maybe like the longest. I'm trying to think. I've done 21 days and it wasn't like straight. It wasn't like no food, it's like not eating sweets or not, drinking carbonated drinks or stuff like that. Hey, good evening, Deborah. 30 days. Have you guys ever done like a dry fast? And I mean, when I say dry, that means like no food at all. I've never done that. Let me think. I've done that maybe 2 days. Have I done it 3 days? I know I've done it a day, but I've never done it like, no, I'm not even gonna say I've ever done it. I've gone without food. I think I've done it 2 days without food. Those of you who are coming in, tell us if you've ever done a fast before. If you have, tell us how long you've done a fast for. Some people are, they're committed to doing it, and it does do something to you. It sure gets that flesh under subjection, for real. All right, this is number one. Commit yourself to God and decide. I want you to make a decision. If you haven't made a decision yet, what are you saying? I have absolute fast, just water. Oh my goodness. How long did you do that for? And oh, wow. I don't even know. Can you come up here? I don't even know if you're in a place where you can talk. I would love to hear your experience. If you can come up, let me see if I can drop the link. I can invite, I can copy, and I'm going to drop the link. If you can come up, I want you to tell us, hit that link if you can come up. I don't know. You may be in a place where you can't talk. I mean, where you can't come up, and that's fine. But if you can, I would love for you to come up. And you did an absolute fast for 30 days. Oh my goodness, girl, you are our hero for real. Wow. Okay. Today, what we are going to do, and I want you to, if you can, just follow directions, because I'm doing all of what I'm doing today for a reason. And if you can come up, Montre, that'd be great. We'd love to talk to you a little bit if you can. I understand. Just hit the link there that I put there. Now, for the rest of us, I want you to make a decision today. If you haven't already, I know that we've been talking about fasting. And so many of us have been thinking about what we're going to fast and actually ask Holy Spirit what we should do. So I want you to make a decision. And when you make that decision, I want you to stick to it. We're going to fast from January the 8th, which is Monday, through January the 31st. Again, I told you, ask Holy Spirit about what to eat. Now, once we've made the commitment, that means that we've consecrated ourselves, we've dedicated ourselves. And this is what I want to stress to you. Do not dishonor your decision by giving into food. Do not dishonor your decision by letting the cookies win. Do not dishonor your decision by letting the French fries win over. Here's a question. How will we pray for somebody, or how could we pray for somebody and we can't discipline ourselves enough to stay away from certain foods? Ask yourself that. If you dishonor your decision to fast and to follow through with it to the end of the month, or till the end of when you set it up, when you say that you're going to stop, then you're telling yourself that you're not trustworthy. Can you put in the chat, I am trustworthy? We want to see that. I am trustworthy. When I tell myself I'm going to do something, I am going to do something. I'm going to do it. I'm going to put it. I am trustworthy. I am trustworthy. I can be trusted. Go ahead and put that in the chat. I can be trusted. Yay. I am trustworthy. I see you. Well, I don't see you, but okay, I'm getting ready to try to pull you up. Hey, how are you? Wait, I got to turn the mute. Can you unmute your mic?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. That's awesome. Thank you for joining us. Hey.
Hey, this is cool.
I wanted to ask you real quick, because we are talking about fasting. You said that you've gone on just no food, just water.
Right.
And How long
Right.
again? How long have you done it?
I done that. I don't do it often, but the
Okay.
time that I've done it for 30 days. And
Go ahead.
I did it from, I remember the year and everything. It's been a long time since I've done that. I done it April the 7th, 2007.
Now,
That's a
and you don't have to,
long time.
okay, you don't have to get into any specifics if you don't want, but what made you do it, or were you believing for something specifically? And to go and to how did you get through it? That's really what I wanted to talk to you about. Talk about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, what brought that on? It was a community of individuals that were fasting at the same time. And we were believing God at that time to there was a lot of things going on with abortion, for example. And so we were praying for the end of that. We were praying for the young people and things like that. But what helped me get through the 30 days of not eating? I mean, my first 3 days, after the third day, I'm usually fine anyway with the fast. But what got me through was the community that I was connected to during the time of the fast. And we communicated a lot. We called each other a lot. At the time, we didn't have all this Facebook thing going on back then, but we did a lot of calling, and we did fellowship. That's what really got me through. That's what
That is
really got me
awesome.
through.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any one thing that helps me when I fast is I have got to stay plugged into the word. I mean, I
Yeah.
listen to it constantly going to bed, when I'm getting dressed, and I
Yeah.
try to cut out so much television, but I'll either
Yeah.
turn on the YouTube and have somebody preaching, but I really, really get
Right.
into the word, even if I'm just listening to it. That has helped me. Have you
Right.
found that helps sustain you as well?
Yeah. Yeah, that definitely helps out. Even with, with the 30 days of the absolute fast, no eating, there has to be a replacement. And that replacement has to be spiritual, because the flesh is desiring something that it's not going to get. And if you want to be effective, you do have to replace that with what's feeding you spiritually. That's why it's good not to get connected or to stay connected to things that don't feed the spirit. It's just like this week that we started, we were just praying, right? And our fast starts next week, but I've been preparing this week, just slowing down, coming off of watching things on TV that don't talk about the Lord, that's not feeding my spirit, while at work. Some of us get a chance to listen to music or whatever, or, watch our phones, social media, Facebook, all that, just coming down from what heightens our flesh desires. And you have to come down off of that. And that is true when you're in the word and studying that word and exposing yourself to the scriptures and things of that nature. That's what carries, and you have to be committed to that, because your flesh is going to be crying out for something else. Absolutely. Because it's used to it.
That's right.
So yeah.
Well,
Hmm.
you have hit all the pegs that we're going to talk about tonight. I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And I'm so glad that you're a
Not a
part of this
problem.
community. And thank you for being
Yes,
such a
ma'am.
supporter. We appreciate you.
All right. Love you so much.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Love you too. Thanks. All right, y'all. Y'all heard it there. Okay. Stay in community, and maybe we will do some things, some extra things, so that we can stay connected. Thank you again so much, Montre, for sharing your experience and for encouraging us. All right. Now, you are saying that you're trustworthy, and you're saying that when you tell yourself that you're going to do something, you're going to fast, you're going to get up, you're going to work out, you're going to eat better, and then you don't do it, you're saying to yourself that you can't be trusted and that you can't be believed. I want you to think about that. How does that thought make you feel about yourself if you can't depend on you? How does that thought make you feel about yourself? All right. The second thing, hello, Team Perry. Thanks for coming in. We appreciate you being here. While fasting, as Montre mentioned, you need to, she drank water. She didn't eat any food, but she drank water. Okay. For those of you taking notes, you have to commit. The first thing you have to do is commit. And what I'm sharing with you right now is a teaching that I heard Dr. Miles Monroe give. So I just thought it was really good. And so I want to share it with you. And I love the key points that he hit. Okay. The first thing, you have to commit to God, commit to yourself and to God. And then the second thing is, while fasting, you need to drink plenty of water. plenty of water. In this community, we push drinking half your body weight. But whatever you decide to do, be consistent with it. Show up for yourself. So either drink half your body weight in water. So if you weigh 100 pounds, drink 50 ounces of water. If you weigh 80 pounds, drink 40 ounces of water. Or you can drink a gallon a day of water, or you can drink 8 glasses of water. Let me tell you why it is important. Let me ask you this. Put in the chat how much water you are going to drink. I want to make you accountable. How much water are you going to drink each day? Put that in the chat. Are you going to drink half your body weight? Are you going to drink a gallon? Or are you going to drink 8 glasses of water? Or are you going to drink more? Whatever it is. I want you to decide how much water you are going to drink during this fast that we're going to start on Monday. How much water are you going to drink? Put it in the chat. We want to see. I am going to drink half my body weight. I'm going to put this, half my body weight. Half my body weight. I'm going to do it each day. Okay, Team Perry's going to drink 8 glasses of water each day. I'm going to drink half my body weight in water each day. Put it in the chat. The reason why I'm asking you to do this, to put it in the chat, is because when you don't measure what you're going to do, you don't know how much progress you don't know how much progress you're making. So it is important to have measurements. Not only are you putting it in the chat, but I also want you to write it down so that you can remember. Half my body weight. I know, oh boy. I mean, it's a push, and you may not finish it the first couple days, but the goal is to make the effort to do it. And as you set out to do it, as you mentally set out to do it, the more you put the effort forth, the closer you'll get to your goal. So set that goal, half the body weight. She's going to do that. Again, Team Perry's going to do 8 glasses. I understand that. That makes sense. Yes. And thank you for saying that and bringing that up. If you are under your doctor's care, please talk to your doctor about anything that you do, any exercising, any change in your diet or whatever. Just make sure you talk to your doctor. Thank you for bringing that up. But I know that you'll do whatever you can. People who measure, they set goals and they're successful. Successful people measure. Successful people set goals. So you have to set a goal, which is why I asked you to put it into the chat. Thank you for participating. Now, when you're fasting, your body is getting rid of junk. Your body is emitting poison, so to speak, and you need to flush them out. And water will cleanse you and help you flush those things out, and it will help you stay healthy. Okay, number 3, drink hot, in addition to water or whatever you're giving up. Some people are giving up carbonated drinks, sugary drinks, or what have you. In addition to that, drink herbal teas. That will help flush your system out. So you can drink water, you can drink herbal teas. You can also, we are encouraging you to drink cranberry juice. It is a good cleanser because we want to flush the body out. Flush the body. Don't let that stuff that's happening in your body just stay there. We want to drink a lot of water. I'm going to put this in the chat as I'm talking. We got to drink a lot of water. You drink water. There you go. We want you to drink water. We also want you to drink herbal teas. And don't load it up with sugar. Try to drink it without the sugar. Herbal tea. That will help flush you out, flush your body out. Also, you can drink cranberry juice. That will help flush you out. Cranberry juice will help flush you out. Another thing to drink is apple juice. That will also help flush you out. So put those, C-G-U-I-C-E, apple juice. Those are the things that you can drink in this fast. You drink water, you drink herbal tea, You drink cranberry juice because remember, we're flushing those impurities out, and this is going to help your body flush that stuff out. And also apple juice. It'll help you get rid of all that waste as we're going through this fast. Both of these juices will help cleanse your body and help flush the garbage out of your body. All right, while fasting, we are just disrupting our body's normal habits. As Montre mentioned, your body is looking and craving for things that you normally eat. So the more you eat, the more often you eat, the greater the challenge in breaking the power of the body. We are going to put that flesh under subjection. So as she mentioned, day one, pretty easy, or I don't know, kind of weirdish, I guess. Day two, probably pretty easy. After a couple days, your body is getting into sync and it says, oh, you know what? I know what's happening. Okay, now listen to this. The tongue is connected to your rectum. Sit with that for a second. I know you're like, what? Yeah, the tongue is connected to your rectum. Let me show you this. Let me show myself back up there and take that down. I had no idea. Well, I didn't pay any attention to that. Oh, you can't hear? I'm sorry. Can y'all hear me now? I hope you can hear me now. Can you hear me, Team Perry? If not, can y'all hear me? Okay. All right, cool. We can all hear. All right. The tongue connected to the rectum. It's all one big cord. In the middle is your intestines, and your stomach is there. Okay. Your stomach is a part of your tongue and your rectum. Your intestines are a part of your tongue and your rectum. All right, I want to put this back up, and I won't go through all that I did, but I want you to look at this while I'm talking. Okay, so when we eat, the food goes down into the stomach, and the stomach produces acid gases, or they're called gastric juices. And those acids in the stomach break down the food that we eat, and it makes it able to absorb into the lining of our stomach, right? And then it goes down into our intestines, and our intestines will push the garbage out. Okay. So it's all connected. All right. Thanks, guys, for telling me you can hear. Okay, here's the next thing. Now, the liquid stuff in the garbage, let me pull this back up so we can follow the trail. The liquid garbage goes to the kidneys. And if there's contamination in the blood, then it goes to the liver. If it's just garbage, then it goes and flows to the rectum. So the acid comes to your stomach to break down the food. And the acid is timed to release because it knows your normal eating habits. The acid in your stomach, if you eat breakfast at a certain time, hey, how are you? Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. Thank you for being here so much. Okay, now the acid has a timed release. So if you always eat breakfast at 8 o'clock, what happens is your brain, tell you this, your brain tells your stomach, release those acids. It's all connected. Your brain tells the stomach to release those acids because food is about to come. It's almost 8 o'clock. And when you normally eat lunch, your brain is like, oh, we're getting ready to eat lunch at 12 o'clock or whatever your habits are. So the acid is timed to release because it knows your normal eating habits. Around the time that you normally eat, the brain sends a message because it is your habit. The brain is telling your stomach, get ready because the food is coming. The nutrients or the neutrons send a message to the stomach to get those gastric juices ready. Now, when I told you what to drink, it's because those gastric juices are in your stomach, and we need to flush all that stuff out of your stomach during this fast. So let me find out. So during the fast, it's important to drink a lot of water. Drink water while you're fasting. Also drink herbal tea because that's going to help flush all those acids out of your stomach. Also, make sure you drink cranberry juice. That will help get things moving to flush your stomach. And also drink apple juice. It'll help move. It'll help you move, help you the ease of the move so you can flush those acids out of the body. Let's see. So no food comes to the stomach, but the stomach is already producing those gastric acids, and we have to get them out of there. The acids are looking for food. Okay. Our stomachs are not, now listen to this. Listen to this. Our stomachs are not empty at this point because it has remnants of food that has been in your stomach. Now, I was going to ask you, how long do you think food stays in your stomach? Go put that in the chat. How long do you think food stays in your stomach? Put that in your chat. How long do you think it takes for your stomach to digest food? I want to see. And I know that there is a delay, but go ahead and put in the chat. How long do you think food stays in your stomach? Okay. One person said a day. I put what I think or what I thought. I would think, yeah, this is what I think, 24 to 48 hours. How long do you think food stays in your stomach? This is what I thought before I did this research. I thought 24 to 48 hours. Somebody else is saying 1 day. Somebody else is saying 2 days. Yeah. And especially if you don't go to the bathroom, it's just there. Yes, this is true. Depending on what you eat, that's true. Let me see. What else are you saying? Meat stays a while. Yeah, especially beef. It takes a while for that to get broken down. Yep, absolutely. Especially meat. Yeah. Okay. Now get this. Remnants of food are in your stomach. Your stomach isn't empty even when you haven't eaten. Even when it's growling, your stomach isn't empty because some research shows that food stays in your stomach up to 7 months. It stays in the lining of your stomach up to 7 months, not done, up to 1 year, depending on what it is, even up to 7 years, depending on what you have eating. It doesn't even come out then. Let's see, what are you saying? 6 to 7 days, except for, yes, that stays longer. I'm telling you, food stays in your stomach, and not in the middle or the bowels of your, not in the center of your stomach, but in the lining of your stomach because it just gets caught there. And the colon is full of old food. And let me pull this back up so that you can see that your tongue is connected to your rectum, and your rectum is connected to your tongue, and in between is your stomach. Your food stays in that stomach for 7 months, a year, up to 7 years in the lining of your stomach. And then it stays in your colon even longer, well, around that same time, because it's stuck to the lining of your colon. Y'all get what I'm saying? This is why it's so important for us to fast from time to time. And I'm just talking about the natural things that happen when we fast. I'm not talking about the benefits of spiritual benefits, rather, of fasting. Oh gosh, pressing the wrong buttons. There we go. Because next Thursday, where's that flyer? Dr. Scott has written a book about the fruit of fasting, and she's going to talk about the spiritual benefits of fasting. And that is next Thursday at 8 p.m. right here on our YouTube channel. But today I'm talking about the physical things of fasting and how it affects the body. Let's see. And this is why your stomach is bloated. Absolutely. This is why your stomach is bloated. Absolutely. What are you saying? This is why people have pileups or constipation. Oh, yeah, we periodically get colon flush, and you're amazed at the amount of weight that you carry. Oh, gosh. Yeah, we carry a whole lot of weight. Let me tell y'all, too, what else I found out. You know, they tell you that you're supposed to stop eating about 2 to 3 hours before you go to bed because your body is working. Your body is working to process that food. And if you go to bed, if you eat food and then go to bed, all while you're sleeping, your body is working to break that food down. And it does not, the energy that it's using to break that food down, it could be using that energy to heal other parts of your body, because that's what is supposed to happen when we sleep. Our body works to heal itself. It generates new cells and the blood flowing and all that stuff. And it can't do it if it's focused on breaking down food. There are some habits that we have to break as far as eating and then going directly to bed. And I'm not saying make it not a ritual, but I'm not saying get crazy about it, but just be mindful of it. If you're hungry, get you a little bit of like peanut butter. That protein will take that hunger away. My grandmother used to put peanut butter on a spoon and she would eat it if she was hungry. And and she said, just go to bed and you can eat breakfast in the morning. Or sometimes when your stomach is growling and you're hungry, it's because you are dehydrated. It's because you're thirsty. You're not even hungry. You're dehydrated. So try those things before you go and get food. Either get some peanut butter and eat it, not even on bread or anything like that. Just get you some peanut butter, put it on a spoon. And I know some people, because of medical conditions, you have to watch that. So talk to your doctor about that. But sometimes you aren't hungry. Sometimes you're thirsty, you're dehydrated, and your stomach is growling because it's trying to, because it's dehydrated and you're not even hungry. Okay. So let's see. Some of the stale food that's stuck in the colon, it can cause colon cancer because it's rotten food. It's rotten food. Again, I want to show you this. And I keep showing it because there are new people that keep coming on and I want them to see and know what we are talking about. Good night. I keep hitting the wrong buttons. Here we go. That your tongue is connected to your stomach, your intestines, and your rectum. It's all one cord, and your rectum is the bottom of your tongue. Your tongue is the top of your rectum. And I'm saying that because I want you to think about what you're putting into your bodies. Okay. In your colon, some people get colon cancer because of the rotten food in their colons. And that it's been in your colon for months, and it rottens the lining of your colon. The colon is your intestines, and it is filled with old food. And look how the colon is like, kind of bundled up in there. Can you imagine if you eat something and it's sitting in there, that it's hard? It takes a while for it to kind of go through it, and trying to go through those twists and turns, it's just stuck in there. And it stays there for a minute. And this is, I love what you said about periodically getting a colon flush. And we do carry a lot of food. You'd be surprised that when you empty your colon, how your stomach, how some people have the pouch. I got one, the pouch. You'll be surprised when you empty your colon, have a good bowel movement, when you cleanse yourself or get a flush, how all that just goes down. Some of that is just old food that's sitting up in there. What are you saying? That's what I was told when I was diagnosed with. Wow. See what I'm saying? Oh my word. Oh my word. All that old food. So for those of you, and I would say this, whether you have family history or not, get you a colon exam. I forgot what you call it. the colon exam. I've got mine scheduled for this month. Whether you have, because I have family history, but whether you have family history or not, get you a colonoscopy. That's what it is. Get your colonoscopy, because you know what? If they find something, they can catch it early. Get a colonoscopy. Our sister here, she just told you that she was told that all that old food and gunk is stuck up in your colon, and she was diagnosed with colon cancer. That's what she was told. I'm telling y'all, the word says that people perish because of lack of knowledge. I'm trying to give you some knowledge so that you can behave differently, so that you can make different choices, so that you can make educated choices. Okay. Fasting can help you physically. It gives the body a chance to start burning up the garbage that is in the lining of your stomach. I found out when I went for, oh, wow, look at that. She went for her colonoscopy and found out. I'm telling you, go get your colonoscopies if that's what you need. I mean, not if that's what you need. Whether or not you have a family history, everybody needs to be checked out. And more and more insurance companies are willing to cover it, especially if you have a family history, like a family history, especially if one of your parents had colon cancer. Or I'm telling you, ask your doctor about getting a colonoscopy, because our sister here is saying that she found out that she had colon cancer when she went for her regular checkup for her colonoscopy. We don't have to, well, I shouldn't say that, but there are things that we can prevent by being proactive. Let me say it that way. There are things that we can prevent by being proactive. Okay. Oh, I appreciate you saying that. Thank you. All right. If you could see or put your finger, now this is what, this was a good example, and I wrote this down. Okay. If you could see, or if you could put your finger in the pipe of your sink or your bathtub, and then there's all that gunk and that slush that's in there, and you're using your sink and your bathtub regularly. At least I hope you are. I'm teasing. I know you are. But all that gunk gets gathered in. Like if you get hair or something stuck in your tub and the water's going out slow, and you have to use like one of those things to like pull it out, and it pulls out the hair and all that gunk. Think about your body, the pipes in your body being like that. The water is still flowing, but you got all that gunk on the sides, on the walls of your pipes in your bathroom. And that's what happens to us on the inside, all that slush and all that gunk. Our bodies are the same way. When we eat new food, and I hadn't thought about this. Oh, that's good. Glad to hear that. But it wasn't cancerous. When we eat food, and this is what I thought, when you eat food, it goes in and it pushes the old out, and then it just kind of keeps the cycle going. Well, let me tell you something. I'm gonna put my little picture back up here again because we got new people. When you eat food, it goes in and it doesn't push all that gunk out. Some of that gunk stays in there and stays on the walls of your body, of the pipes. It stays on the walls of your stomach. It stays on the walls of your intestines. It stays there. So when you eat new food, it doesn't push all that old food out. But some of the old food just stays caked in the corners. So with every meal, there is a slow buildup. Some people, as our sister mentioned, they do end up with cancer because of all of that. All right. When we fast, it gives the gastric juices a chance to burn some of that stuff that's caked in the lining of our stomach. It produces, when we fast, it produces gas or flatulence. Y'all know what I'm talking about? The acid burning the lining of your stomach gives off gas. And sometimes you need to let that gas out. Don't hold it in, but don't let it out around people that you love because they don't want to smell it. But you got to let that gas out that builds up in you as you are fasting. And the stomach is releasing those acids and there's no food to burn. And then that gas builds up and it's got to come out one way. So Don't hold that gas in. Let it out. The acid in the stomach, the liquid. You know what dilutes acid? Liquid. So again, that is why it is so important. Where's my little thing? That's why it is so important for us to drink while we are fasting. Let me find my list. Here we go. It's important for us to drink while we're fasting. Drink water to flush those acids out of your stomach. Liquid dilutes acid. Drinking water will help. But also in this fast, we are encouraging you to drink herbal tea. That will help you flush your system out and help get some of that gunk moving little by little. Also encourage you to drink cranberry juice. That gets your stuff, cranberries, get your stuff moving and helps you flush stuff out. Apple juice, that will help get your stuff moving and let it be 100%. And when you drink your herbal tea, don't load it up with sugar. Try to drink it without sugar or little sugar or maybe honey if you decide to do that. But flush yourself out. When your stomach growls, it is your body talking to you. It's your body talking to you saying, hey, I'm hungry. But here's the question. Since you made the commitment to fast, how are you going to respond to your body that's talking to you? Have you ever thought about it like that? I hadn't. But how are you going to respond to your body as it talks to you since you've already made the commitment? And many of you put in the chat that you are, I forgot what I told y'all to put. That you are not reliable. What is the word I told y'all to put in there? That you can be trusted. That's what it is. Many of you put in the chat that you can be trusted. So when your body starts growling during this fast, how are you going to answer it? Drink you some water, drink you some apple juice, drink you some cranberry juice. I tell it, nope, but you can have some water, boo. But you can have some water, boo. I'll tell you no, but you could have some water. I know, right? In this fast, I love it. So remember that the gastric juices are released because of your normal routine of eating. It will happen periodically throughout the day, but liquid dilutes the acids. Drinking water will help. She said, you can have some water, boo. That's about all you're going to get. All right, I'm almost done. Eventually, after a few days, your stomach and your brain will realize that there is a new pattern. Your stomach and your brain will realize that there is a new pattern. And I want to say this, I guess, for the shock effect, not the shock, for the effect, for those of you who are just coming on. Did you know that your tongue is connected to your rectum? Your rectum is the bottom of your tongue, and your tongue is the top of your rectum. It's all connected. And we're talking about what happens. Somebody jumped off. We're talking about what happens when you eat, when you don't eat, and what happens to your body, going to happen to your body during this fast. Okay, this is the last thing I'll tell you, and then I am done. Keep drinking water to flush yourself out. Well, two things. One is don't drink juices other than the cranberry juice and the apple juice. Don't drink orange juice because it has acid in it. And if your stomach is producing acid, you don't want all that acid sitting in your stomach. So you need to drink things that will help flush you. So do not drink orange juice. We're trying to get rid of acid. Do not drink pineapple juice. That's high, has a lot of acid in it as well. Do not drink grapefruit juice during this fast. The point is, as I mentioned, it is to reduce acid. The other thing, or the last thing that I will say about this, write this in your notes. What are you believing God for during this fast? I want you to write that down. I want you to be mindful of that. And if you need to make a list, make a list. But we want our focus to be on the things of God. This is putting the flesh under subjection. This is getting us in the mind of the Spirit. What would you like for God to do for you? Wrap your faith around that. You know, we've been praying, and we've been praying scriptures. Find you a scripture that lines up with what you're believing God for. And as we continue to pray, especially when we start the fasting part, continue to pray those scriptures over what you're believing for. You know, the scripture that comes to mind where Jesus is telling his disciples, a man brought his child to the disciples. They couldn't cast the demon out of him. And the disciples went to Jesus. Jesus said, you know, some things only come out by fasting and praying. I want your faith to be targeted on something. What do you want God to do for you, through you? What kind of breakthrough are you looking for? We're partnering with the Spirit because some things only come out by fasting and praying. And so, since we are going to be fasting, we want God to move on our behalf. We're partnering with the Spirit. We're partnering with God. We're partnering with heaven. I don't even want to say the Spirit because that sounds like spooky, but I mean, whatever. But I want to be clear what we're partnering with. That's what I'm trying to say. We're partnering with Jesus Christ. We're partnering with God. We're partnering during this fasting and praying time. The other thing is you have got to make sure you just overload yourself with the word. If you usually watch TV, I'm not saying cut everything out. You do whatever is comfortable for you. But what I am encouraging you to do is to make sure you listen to the word more than you have in the past. I'll say it that way. And let me ask you this, because I was going to ask you guys this, and then we will go. Fasting. What about somebody who doesn't want to fast food? What if they want to fast social media or fast television? Do you think that fasting should be food rather than, and I'm saying, what if they want to fast social media instead of food? What if they want to fast, what was the other thing? Television instead of food. I'm of the mindset, you can do whatever you want to do. Whatever the Holy Spirit tells you to do, you feel convicted about, do that. My thought process is denying self, denying your body, putting your body under subjection. Your spirit man is going to take notice. Your body is going to take notice to you doing something different. We're in the year of 2024. Don't you want different results? Yeah, that's fine. It's whatever the person believes works for them. I agree. I totally agree. I'm just encouraging you to do something that you've never done before. And sometimes, and you know, Sister Montre talked about she had done a fast with no food, just water. We're not even asking you to do that. But if you do decide to do the electronics or social media or whatever, maybe cut out carbonated drinks, maybe cut out maybe fried foods, maybe cut out sweet drinks or desserts, sweets, if that's your thing. Cutting out those things that I just named is not going to kill you. First of all, it actually might even help you because it'll cut down on your sugar intake, which, I mean, everybody can benefit from that. I'm just saying, let's do something that's going to help our bodies. That's all I'm saying. But whatever works for you, and you do whatever works for you. I think that is all that I have. I am thinking about doing something so that we can come together as a community, maybe periodically, or maybe we'll just stick with Thursdays. I don't know, because my schedule is like crazy. But anyway, if you guys have not signed up to get the text messages so that you'll know what is happening, I don't even think I have it on here. I don't have it on here. I'll have to put it up. Anyway, just pay attention to the website. I mean, to either the website or to the YouTube page, and we'll tell you what's going on. I think that's all I have, y'all. Want to encourage you or share with you guys. We got a lot going on. If you haven't gotten your book yet, get your book, The Garden Within by Dr. Anita Phillips. It is talking about your emotions and how your emotions are your friend, and how your heart is supposed to be a garden and not a what did she say? Your heart is supposed to be a garden and not a war zone. We're going to talk. That's the book we're going to use for February. We're going to teach out of that. We're going to get out of that. So, yeah. Thank you guys for listening. Certainly appreciate it and appreciate your support so much. So I think that is it. Yeah, I think that's it. Love you guys so much. Have a great day. Have a great evening. And we will definitely be in touch. Y'all know that. Oh, praying and fasting, fasting and praying. Hey, how are you? Glad you were on. Thanks for joining us. Certainly appreciate it. I'm trying to get out of here, but I'm pushing all the wrong buttons. All right, y'all. See y'all later. Take care. Bye. Oh my goodness. Yee.